Hello, Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. Literally the night before I'm moving, I just been packing more stuff away, including Madonna goodies. So I wanted to reach out to all of you and thank you again so much for being patient with me. We are going to talk about the big headlines we had recently and get into it and talk about it because there were some things revealed in this latest um, moment that Madonna had, podcast, her very first. And so we're going to talk about that first with Jay Shetty. On Purpose is the name of the program, and it was really insightful. I really enjoyed it. 2 hours. When has Madonna ever done 2 hours of any kind of interview? I have to say, that was one unprecedented moment. And as far as what we learned, of course, she is promoting a new course that she's teaching. I forget now the exact title, but it's the mystery or the mystic of the Zohar. Apologize if I missed some words there in the title of the class. However, you can find it on Kabbalah.com. Madonna's teaching classes, you guys. I'm kind of a little bit like, hey, maybe I'll check it out, although I'm not a religious person. Of course, they say Kabbalah is not a religion, but I'm agnostic myself, so but it means I'm a little open-minded. I can always check some stuff out, but I'm sure it's expensive, so that'll probably be my deterrent. However, uh, along with promoting the course and having her Kabbalah teacher on with her, I think his name is Aitan. Aitan. Madonna talked a lot about many different moments in her life, especially recently. Of course, what happened in 24 or 23, sorry, when she had her, in June when she had her, um, infection and she wasn't able to perform and she was knocked down for the first time in a really serious way. She had that accident with the horse and that knocked her down, but it didn't keep her down for long, and it was, she was able to, take that opportunity to get back, rehabilitate, and come back stronger than ever. But when you're dealing with bacterial infection, and she mentioned sepsis is nothing to sneeze at. It's a very serious and possibly life-threatening condition. So just hearing her talk about it again, she did talk about it a lot while she was on tour, but this is like just reflecting on it as well as her situation with Rocco. That was a lot that we learned from the custody battle and how it affected her. Things that we never thought we would hear Madonna say about, how she felt at the time. And so, when you're dealing with these life challenges, and we all have them, there are different ways we can deal with that. You can turn to your faith if you have a faith, a religion or faith or something that you believe in beyond the physical, as she talks about. And I think that whether that's your friends or music, if you're not religious, or it is some sort of faith, I think it really helps to have that reflection time, like she said, where you can just go into that every day and be grateful, be thankful for what you have. I know it happened to me last year, right around this time. You all know what happened to me. I was very sick and found out that I had kidney failure, and I went and got to the hospital just in the nick of time, and they gave me a blood transfusion, and I was in critical condition myself. So it does make you think about things like that. So I wanted to ask you guys what you thought of the Jay Shetty podcast interview. Did you listen to the full 2 hours? And what did you think of Madonna's take on a lot of her life events? How Kabbalah, of course, we know the history. We know that she has been studying this for a while. They said 29 years. So I thought she had checked it out a little bit in 94, but maybe it didn't stick at that point. But correct me if I'm wrong. But it was just good to hear like the new reflections she's had recently and how it's helped her recently. And of course, that she's able to teach people now a little bit about it. She can be a teacher is a really great moment for her. As she imparts her wisdom to us all the time through her music, like this song here, Jump, right? So let us know what you think of the interview. I guess there was an audio version as well as video, but I watched the video. And which one did you watch? Did you watch both? And tell us what your thoughts were on all of it. Let's dive deep into it. Of course, there was a lot more going on in this interview if you stuck with it than just reflections and talking about Kabbalah. We got two song titles, people, two song titles, and I jumped on that one right away and put a short out about it because I wasn't expecting it. In fact, I was laying on my bed, just kind of in and out, listening, and her voice was very soothing, and I wasn't thinking I was about to get the bomb dropped on me, but hello, we did get it. Of course, she was talking about her brother's Christopher passing, which we all, we remember when that happened, and it was just so sad, and they were so close, and then they had the falling out, and she talked at length about that, and then revealed a song title for Christopher, which is called Fragile. I can imagine a ballad for this one, really like a promise to try kind of moment because of their closeness, because ever since they were kids, how they were closer than the other siblings at the time and what that's meant to her. And then we got a second song title where she's talking a little bit more about the process of what they went through before he passed when she went to him and said, I forgive you. And she talked about a song called Forgive Yourself. And then the lyrics were, if you can't forgive me, forgive yourself. Very deep, I have to add. I think that it's hard for us to forgive ourselves when either we have a falling out with someone or we just go through something that we feel we're at fault for, or at least partially. And we hold on to that forever. I mean, whether it's a family thing, like in this case, or it's something that happens, in a relationship or anything really, at work or whatever, we tend to not forgive ourselves, and not allow ourselves to say, I might have screwed up, but I forgive me. And so I think it's going to be a very deep song. It may be a dance song, but it'll still have that deep meaning. You think about the other is Yourself, Express Yourself, amazing dance song, but with a very powerful message for empowerment when I'm dealing with a breakup in a relationship. So I'm excited to hear what these songs sound like, and it's giving me vibes that whole album will be deep, even if it's dancey. It will be deep, even if it's dancey, and it may have some soft moments, and it may have a lot of, catchy beats, but it will give you something to think about, and which I'm really excited about because I think that some of her best stuff has both, like we just mentioned with Express Yourself. So what do you guys think of the song titles? Were you excited about hearing a little bit of a leak there? And what can you imagine those songs how they would sound, what kind of style they might be? Let us know in the comments. And just right at the same time we got the Jay Shetty interview, Madonna was joining the party over at Paris Fashion Week. We got some amazing photos of her at the events and, of course, at the Yves Saint Laurent show. She posted she had an amazing time and enjoyed seeing all the fashion. She looked fabulous. Of course, her daughter looked amazing. And it was definitely a Vogue moment. So we wanted to wrap this up with some photos from this event and ask you what you thought of how she looked at Paris Fashion Week. Of course, she's always there attending and checking out the fashions. Maybe something of those fashions will show up for promotion for COADF2. We can only imagine what she's going to bring for us. Of course, the original first photos we got with the Warner deal that just dropped were amazing. So I'm sure there'll be plenty more where that came from. You know how it is. Got to have those outfits for those promotions. So you guys, I am moving tomorrow, starting early in the morning to my new apartment, and it may take me a little bit to get adjusted, but once I do, we have a lot to cover. So I'm so excited. We're going to wrap up things. We're going to start things. We're going to get ready for the Madonna year that is coming. And I want to thank you all again for being a part of this journey with me. You give me that spirit and drive to keep going and keep pushing forward. And I love you all for it. So don't forget to check out our Facebook group. There's a lot of people over there, Madonna Everybody Fan Club. And like and subscribe here, as well as comment. Tell us what you're thinking about all this and what's to come. And I will see you guys at the new place. dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.